We are here on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. And I'm here. Hey, Miss Molly, how you doing? I'm sorry I missed you the other day. I cut it off right when you joined. But anyway, I'm starting this like 40 minutes. How you doing? Hello, Molly. Yeah, isn't that pretty? And it's about 40 minutes to sunrise. But I wanted to start it now because you can see the scaffolding, which is lit at night. And I was afraid they were going to turn off the lights behind the scaffolding. But you can see, we're starting to see a little bit of kind of a salmon color off to the left there. Hello, Ellie. Off to the left there, we see a star, which I think is actually a planet. And I'm not sure. Is it Mars or Venus in the morning? I always get those confused. And if I turn around here in a moment, hello New Zealand. Hello New Zealand. A lot of people from New Zealand these days. Austin, hello Austin. But as I was already mentioning, I'm here for the sunrise, but I'm starting at like 40 minutes before, now 35 minutes before the sunrise. Because I wanted to get the scaffolding, particularly the scaffolding reflected in the reflecting pool. Yeah, cool, from British Columbia. Well, hey, British Columbia is awfully cool. My favorite. Russia, awesome. What's the Russia-New Zealand connection? So now behind me, off in the distance, is the Washington Monument. I'll flip around. I actually have a zoom lens, and so I'm actually and I'm looking forward to seeing the sun. I want to visit New Zealand one of these days too. Rudbridge, cool. Garner for life. And anyway, we're here watching the sunrise. Hello, X-Deucer. By the way, we've got ducks. In a moment here, we will see a duck disturbing the reflection in front of us. Watch the duck. Here comes the duck. There goes the duck. The duck disturbed the reflection of the scaffolding. Now, if I turn around, I can show you the Washington Monument, but it's just going to be a little dot in the distance. So I'm gonna. Now it's dark here, damn duck. So obviously we just have street lights and government buildings, damn duck. But down there at the end is the Washington Monument. So that gives you a sense of. I think it's 30 stories tall. So give you a sense of the distance. And I'll continue on around here. Of course, it's still dark. No, I'm a Midwesterner. I'm from Illinois. Ducks and geese get really thuggy around Georgetown waterfront. Yeah, everywhere. They pull up the grass. Let's see. I get mixed up here. I think over there to the left, behind those trees, is the Newseum, like museum but with an N. It's up for news. And I think the Canadian Embassy is one of these buildings here. And then there's a park, kind of a triangular park that runs up to Union Station. And I live about 10 blocks from here. And I love Periscope. I've used it for professional purposes, if I'm giving a presentation. Where the shooting star was at. Well, I don't know if that's a shooting star. That's a star. Well, it's a planet, actually. It's either Venus or Mars. I forget which. They hiss at me. Yeah, Northwest Illinois, near Galena, right across we have a family farm that's been in the family since the 1800s on the banks of the Mississippi. Venus, very good. In fact, it's been, now this is, I'm all but dissertation in linguistics, never finished the PhD, but I remember this debate when they talk about the morning star and the evening star and whether it's Mars or Venus and the meaning of words. People think like the word dog goes and points at all the dogs in the world. Well, when I talk about the evening star or the morning star in this case, if I think that it's Mars, then the meaning is different, even though I don't even want to go there. Anyway, hey, K with a long set of letters. We are watching it looks like a jet contrail right there. I mean, DC has 3, shout out the Chocolate City, yeah. And I'll see City of Magnificent Intentions. That's another, I have a, look. The duck was right in front of me. I think it expects to be fed. It keeps looking at me. It was flapping its wings in the water. Anyway, we have the contrail. And we can see that it is gradually lightening, getting lighter and lighter. So we got about a half hour left. DC actually has three airports. Let's see. There's Washington D.C. Reagan International over on the Potomac, which is about 5 miles from here. Do I know that yeah, probably. I mean, I'm sure they have got sensors here everywhere. And the BWI, absolutely. By the way, last year, Baltimore, Washington, the 8th, and so you were over in Eastern Market. That's a really neat area. The first, yeah, right. No, I'm sure it's all digital at this point, but yeah. All right. Okay. I don't know if you heard that. We got a splash over here. The ducks are converging on me. I should have brought bread. Okay. Yeah, Eastern Market over on 8th Street. What a wonderful row. Disguised as a duck. Yeah, right. So, hello. I don't know if you can hear the ducks quacking. You're from DC. Okay, whereabouts? Are you in DC now, or just? I kind of like. I get splashes here. Florida, yeah. Yeah, now the fourth largest state now, Florida is, I read the other day. Anyway, Baltimore Washington International, which is closer to, I think, Baltimore than to D.C., actually has more traffic in and out, more passengers than either Dulles International, which I just did a short periscope yesterday morning, or DCA, which I also did a short periscope, actually a long one. I went over to Potomac Park. You from D.C. would know Potomac Park. So, yeah, someone just tweeted me on Wareflow, WAREFLO, duck please, I'm enjoying the light reflecting off the water. Yeah, I know, but it is kind of pretty when they disturb it. And it's getting lighter now, so you can actually see the ducks. See the ducks? And you can hear the ducks. So the ducks are here. And you can't see it yet. Oh, actually, I didn't realize that it's... See that box right there? Yeah, perky. I just had my 2 cups of coffee. Went to bed at 7 p.m. last night so that I could get up and do this. I love, like I said, I really like Periscope, and I use it for some professional purposes. So I'm giving a presentation, so I'll prop it up. And, although 2 people will show up. But I live in Washington, D.C., so I love showing off the monuments, and it gives me an excuse. My wife is sleeping. I tried to convince her to come with me to shoot periscopes at 5 a.m. in the morning, but Duckopolis. I like it. Anyway, see how it's getting lighter? Yeah, I do, absolutely. Hey, if you, I went to the Chuck Brown Go-Go Day at the library downtown, and it was Chris. I think it's Chris Johnson. Is that the name of the band? And the Eternity, Chris Johnson and the Curtis Johnson and the Eternity Band played, and I got both sets, and I streamed them, and they're on YouTube. I stream them and on YouTube. If you go to twitter.com/Wareflow and search backward for go-go, I put an hour of go-go music on. It's awesome. I love go-go music. In fact, I only learned about it when Chuck Brown died, 4 or 5 years ago. And then I went on YouTube. But yeah, anybody here, search on YouTube for Chuck Brown, Washington, D.C., go-go music. It's awesome. It is just awesome. But like I said, so I gotta follow you. View profile, follow. Okay. I streamed an hour, both sets. And then I uploaded them to YouTube. So if you actually search on Periscope, Chuck Brown, birthday, Curtis Johnson, you will find go to Howard Homecoming. You're going to? Okay, cool. Yeah, my wife was she was in the hospital, unfortunately, but she's much better now. But we were in Howard Hospital, excellent hospital, top trauma hospital. Anyway, you can see it's getting lighter, and I'm kind of waiting. It's going to be interesting to see. It's like when they turn off. Here are the ducks. The ducks are going, where is my darn bread that you promised to throw me? So ducks. Anyway, let's see. Have you been to the wharf? Not sure what the wharf is. Tell me what the wharf is. Hey, Udman. Hey, great. We're here. Let me just, for people who have joined, I'm standing in front of the Capitol Dome in Washington, D.C. I'm on the National Mall. I'm being interrupted by ducks. You can see all the ducks that are showing up. Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely. I've been down there lots of times. I'm not sure what, I guess that's what they call it. But yeah, I go down there all the time. I used to go to Jenny's next door, and then of course Jenny's is gone because they're renovating, but supposedly Jenny's is going to come back after they're done renovating. I hope they don't spoil it. I kind of liked it. I used to go to Phillips. Is Phillips still in operation down there or not? Of course, Phillips is a popular seafood chain here in D.C. and Annapolis. I think they have one on the harbor. Hey, thanks for all the hearts. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And actually, I have a telephoto lens. Look at this. Look at this. Is this cool? Look, that's a telephoto lens that I can clip onto my phone. Except that, when it's dark, zoom lenses don't work very well. But look how it's getting lighter, and I love how it's being reflected. Let's see if I can. I have a second phone because you can't see what time it is on your phone when you're periscoping. I have a second phone, and it is 6:07, so it's about 25 minutes. Ducks are gathering. The ducks are gathering. Yeah. Yeah, and if you were like on a psychedelic drug, you could this is like they're coming to attack because I'm not upholding my end of the bargain. Anyway, it's lighter now. How much was the lens? $10. If you go on eBay, and I actually have you can for $20 or $24, you can get 3 lenses. Now this is the zoom lens. You see that's the clip right there. I'll put it on in a moment. But then you also get a fisheye lens, and the fisheye lens is great. Because like when you're walking around in like on a crowded sidewalk, you can see a lot. You don't have to swing back and forth to show everything because you can literally see 180 degrees. It looks kind of weird. And then I also have a macro lens, which really, if you search backward on my Twitter timeline, I was up at 4 a.m. this morning because I had a 3D printer running all night, and so that allows me to zoom in on things that are like 6 inches away. So I was showing off. I 3D print little robots. Thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. That's very nice. I like the pretty. I'm going to go back and screenshot some of these ones with all the hearts. So anyway, look at the. It's interesting. I don't know. You can't. It's probably too light now, but the star has moved. That the star is right up there. It used to be down there. It's right up in the contrail. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to put on the zoom lens. Hello, Ellie. How you doing? Okay, so I'm going to put on the zoom lens. I think it's getting light enough now that we can... Yeah, so that's kind of... So you see how it... Now, sometimes I have a question. How tall is the statue on top of that? Well, that's interesting. Is that a riddle or a... do you know the answer? It looks like about 2 stories, 3 stories, so maybe 30 feet. Yeah, and actually I know a little bit of history about the statue on top. If I recall, yeah, 3 stories, I believe. Anyway, actually I can see the top. I can actually see the headdress. I believe it's an Indian. I'm not sure if it's Colombia, which is sometimes I'm not sure. I'm probably getting various mythologies mixed up. But originally they were going to put like a Greek or a Roman free man, or something, but that was controversial, you see, so they changed it to an Indian, American Indian. Anyway, by the way, here's an interesting question. Native American, yeah. Here's a question: what direction? There is a statue. It's a statue of a Native American on top of the Capitol Dome, and the question is what direction does the Indian face? I'm to the west. Let's see. Yeah, I'm to the west of the dome. And on the other side of the Capitol Dome is a neighborhood called Capitol Hill, because there's a hill. And Whereas behind me is the mall and the Washington Monument. You'd think that that Indian would be facing the Washington Monument, the mall here. I'll turn around in a second. But they mistakenly thought the city was going to grow in the other direction. So it's facing in the other direction. Anyway, there's a multi-million-dollar renovation going on. Hello, duck. I think we're almost time to do a little. I'll turn around in a circle so you can see what's going on. So it's starting to get lighter. So now we're seeing government buildings, and now we are facing south toward the Potomac River, which is probably about a mile from here, maybe half a mile. And the lights are still on. We can see the Washington Monument. And to the left of the Washington Monument, just peeking up there, is the old Smithsonian. Of course, the Smithsonian is now like hundreds of buildings all over the city, including the zoo. But that's the old original one from a guy named Smithson, Englishman, never been to the U.S. He just liked the idea. Anyway, we're coming around. Now we're facing north. I think the Newseum, which is a museum about news, is behind those trees. And then the Canadian Embassy, I think, is one of those buildings. And the reflections are very pretty. And look at the color. I did an internship with this. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That is so cool. I'm embarrassed to say I've never been in this. I think I did walk into the. First of all, I've been to the National Portrait Gallery many times because it's by where I live, and it's very cool and free in the summertime. So I pop in there. And I've popped into the lobby of the old original. Here's the ducks. The ducks are coming by. So we are waiting for the sunrise, and it's getting that nice color. Look at that sort of the tint. And I'm sort of halfway expecting. I'm kind of wondering, do they turn the scaffolding lights off at exactly the sunrise? It's kind of like, or is it more like street lights where they have got like photo sensors? As soon as it gets bright enough, then it automatically turns off. Or whether there's like a human that just kind of like decides. Or they turn it off at exactly the same time. Who knows? So, ducks land. You'll see them off splashing the moment. Now a little bit far off. So, anyway, you can see the ducks. Ducks here. Ducks there. And you can tell it is getting brighter. Of course, since the sun is rising behind the Capitol Dome, it'll actually technically rise probably 20-30 minutes before it actually comes around the dome. I'll stick around as long as the colors are pretty. Yeah, which they're still very pretty. Glad I came down here by the water. Add something to it. Oh, here come the ducks. You can see them leaving wakes. Next time I'll bring food because it'd be entertaining to watch the ducks squabble. Lots of ducks. Lots of ducks. See if I can put on the zoom lens again. There we go. There's the zoom lens. I need to adjust it a bit. See if I can. There we go. Okay, so let's try the zoom lens again. There we go. There we go. Okay. Zoom lens. Zoom lens. I'm going to just flip it around now. There's the Washington Monument now. That looks pretty good in the zoom lens. You can see the light blinking at the top. $10 zoom lens. Get them on eBay or Amazon. Clips on. Hoping to get a nice, often in the sun, when you, the ducks I think I was up there when I was a little boy, but I was so little I have to ask my mom if I was actually up it or not. When you live someplace, you take it for granted. Although in October we're having friends over from England, and so we're like taking the week off to do all of the traditional touristy things. Anyway, I'm hoping to get a nice colorful glow when the sun rises behind me. So let's kind of, we're seeing like street lights here. You can see the street signs and buildings. Oh, here we have people running. Let's see here, try the zoom. There we go. Getting some nice color. I don't know, have they turned the lights down, or is it just because of the contrast? Seems like it's not, but I think it's just because behind the it's brighter behind the dome, so the dome doesn't look as bright. And the ducks. I was wondering the same thing. Yeah. Of course, you can look at it. See, if I go up here, then if I go down here. So I've learned on Periscope, because I'm holding it in portrait mode, to use this to adjust the brightness or contrast or whatever. So hello, staring at me. I'm delighted to inform you that it is indeed getting lighter in the east. So Molly, Ellie, and R. Sarge are on right now. 5 live viewers. Cool. Come on, son, hurry up. No, that doesn't work. Let's check the time again. It is 6:18, so it is 17 minutes to sunrise. Because I checked the time. Thank you. I might sit down. Oh, there we go. I can lean my arm on my knee. Getting tired of holding it. Actually, I have a tripod. Bought a professional tripod, and then I 3D print it, because the little selfie things that allow you to attach phones to stuff are really for landscape mode, not portrait. So I actually 3D printed my own attachment, and it's especially useful for zoom, because zoom shakes when you're off in the distance. Zoom doesn't work well at night because you need more light, but yeah, now you can actually start to make out some detail. Yeah, you can make the detail. This is where they they'll have the Labor Day music and the 4th of July. There's like a big band shell they put up. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. I like I don't know if you can see. Let me tilt it here. See, yeah, right about there you get like the maximum sort of light pink color. Over there too you can see the color of the sunrise. The ducks are eating. Hello, ILJA Jazz 3. Cool. Me and the ducks are watching the sunrise. This is the reflecting pool. Hello, Bastard 316. And we are watching the sunrise behind the Capitol Dome here on the National Mall. See, if I tilt this down, you can get more detail, so you can see the stonework. More ducks have landed. I hear splashes. And if I tilt it up, then you get more color in the sky. Hello, Ernest. Wish I was back in DC again. Yeah, you're in San Francisco. Is that what I recall? Hey, thanks for showing up to the it was a couple weeks ago. I did the Dulles International Airport at sunset. Yeah, I was dropping my wife. It was kind of cool. I picked her up yesterday morning. And I did 2 periscopes. I did one at the airport. Hello, Kelly. And so normally, the security rushes you along, but since it was, it was 7 o'clock on a Saturday, I got to stand so I could run periscope. And right in the middle of the periscope, my wife called, to say she had landed and she'd meet me at a particular, place. And what was really cool, hello, Tess. What was really cool is the incoming call while I was periscoping, you could hear her perfectly on the periscope. So if you search back, I'm Wareflow on Twitter, WAREFLO. All of my periscopes obviously have, I haven't uploaded that one to, it's probably still, well, of course they're good for 24 hours, so it might still be there. I do upload a lot, I upload about half of my periscopes to YouTube, mostly so I can send to my mom. I have my mom on a smartphone. If you ask her whether she uses the internet or the web or email or YouTube, she says no. Hello, Sasquatch. But in fact, I have it set up so that she gets notifications whenever she gets email, and then she clicks on an icon, and then she clicks on the link, and she watches the video. So so maybe my mom will see this video. In which case, of course, when you upload it to YouTube, you don't get to see the comments. And here we have runners right there. Oh, and it's definitely getting lighter. So let's put on the zoom. Yeah, there we go. So we got the runners, and we can actually see the green of the mall, and we can see I got to use both hands whenever I zoom because it's very twitchy. And of course we've got the moon here, and now we can actually make out some detail of the Smithsonian. Actually, it works out really well with the zoom. All right, so back to watching. And they're still digging, yep, they still are. Supposedly privately funded. Yeah. So, okay, so here you can see all the ducks. That would be good on periscope. I could be throwing little balls of bread. And it looks like the scaffolding lights are still on. Oh, here we have a runner. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, see the runner. And there is the Capitol Dome. And blue sky, little clouds behind it. Okay, zoom off. So, very colorful. It's interesting how when you tilt it, you get the different colors. Yeah, there you go. So now you've got the colors on the clouds. I'll show you this is my means of conveyance right here. Is that wild? Now that it's light enough. That's called a kick bike. So it's a big scooter. So your foot goes right in the middle there. And that's a 700C, 18-inch on the back. It's downhill, so it was very easy to get down here. And actually, there, look at that. There's a nice shot right there. If I can, because it's going to get brighter. That's a great shot. Doesn't really, the yellow of the bike doesn't pop, but yeah. Well, let's see. Reach in my pocket, pull out my other phone. Oh, the duck has come up to visit us. Hello, duck. Hello. Hello, duck. There you go. How about that shot? Is that a good shot? Very cool. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna. It is. Okay. We are 9 minutes from sunrise. Now, technically, in 9 minutes the sun will have risen above the whatever. You'll be visible. I used to see this guy with an elliptical machine bike. Yeah, I saw an elliptical. I think it was a woman though. Over just in fact two. If you, I think I uploaded it to YouTube, but over at Gravelly Point. Yeah, elliptical. The ducks are thinking I'm going to feed them. I have nothing. I do have a freshie here that I already had my coffee, so I'm going to get rehydrated. Oh, here's a pretty duck. Look at the coloration of this duck. Nice shot. Very pretty coloration on this duck. Let's see how close I can get. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Hello, duck. Here's a bunch of ducks down there at the end. And I am the only person out here. Occasionally someone runs by. There is the... Oh, hello. Oh, there's a fight going on. Duck fight. Duck fight. Okay. Missed it. All right, we'll go in the other direction. There's someone walking. Yeah, duck dramas. Yeah, duck dramas. Okay, so it's amazing. You know, the funny thing about Periscope is, okay, so there's a lady walking to work. To work, probably. I don't know, Sunday, probably not. But here's the thing. I wouldn't watch this Periscope on YouTube. I mean, I'll probably stick it on YouTube and send it to my mom. But stuff that's relatively boring, if it's in real time and you can comment, is much more interesting than even more compelling stuff. So now we're starting to get some reflection off of that building. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Duck fight. So, oh, right there. Okay, well, gosh, we must be about 5 minutes from the sunrise. Let's see if I can turn it like this. Yeah, see, it's getting so bright now in the sky that it's you can't really make out a lot. So I'm going to turn around and go the other way. We are going to go, so that's north, and this is west. I'll put on the, in fact, this should gradually get brighter and brighter and brighter because the sun will be on it. That's there we see we can see traffic. Is that, I guess would that be 7th? Not sure, 7th or 8th, 9th. Actually, maybe 5th. And there is the Smithsonian. And, oh, there's a plane. Look at the plane crossing. You can see the plane landing at DCA behind the Washington Monument. Okay. And as you can see, I am out here all alone, except for the ducks. And we must be just 3 or 4 minutes from sunrise. I'm not going to actually stick around till the sun actually comes over the, because I think we saw all the prettiest colors. It is 6:30, so we got 5 minutes left to the Here come the ducks. The ones that land, they really make a beeline toward me. because they think I'm feeding them. Yeah, there's the... Oh, duck fight. And for people who just joined me, now that it's brighter, you can see my, that's my kick bike. So it's got a regular bell. They're a lot of fun. And they're easier on your knees and your back. I can't ride a bike. I mean, yeah, actually, well, go to kickbike.com. They're not expensive. I think they're, well, there's now competitors. There's also foot bikes. But yeah, this is exactly what happened to me. I had some, from riding a bike, I had back problems. And so I read about these. And hello, Gill Photography. Yes, we are watching the sunrise and talking about my kick bike, which is, hey, thank you very much. Thank you for the hearts. So we are facing east. The sun is coming over the, if you go back and watch this from the beginning, it actually starts off with a black sky and the scaffolding is just lit up fantastically. So, and then we get to watch various colors in the sky. And every once in a while, is this a regular Sunday morning? As in terms of what I typically do? Well, no, I don't typically come down here and watch the sunrise. But I have no children, and my wife is at home sleeping. Hello, DJW, number. So no, I'm usually, I probably sleep till about 8 or 9 on a Sunday. But today, because I got up really early yesterday to pick up my wife. Hello, Bean, number Barnes. Because I got up at 5 a.m. yesterday. I went to bed at 7. Hello, Seth. What's up? Hey, we're just watching the sunrise. Sunrise in about 3 minutes. Now you won't actually see the sun because the sun is behind the building. But technically, let me look at my other phone. It is sunrise in 2 minutes. Sunrise in 2 minutes here in Washington, D.C. And that's my kick bike. We were just talking about my kick bike. And behind me is the Washington Monument. And people have been dropping in, and folks who used to live in D.C. and Florida and San Francisco are popping in, saying how much they miss D.C. And we were talking about Howard University earlier on. And here we have folks running. Crap, this means the sun is coming up in 3 hours. Good morning. Bowie. Yeah, Bowie. What is it, Bowie or Bowie? Bowie, I think. So, hey, we got a nice good morning from the runner. I have a zoom lens. I keep showing, it's like I'm running on a loop here. I keep on talking about, hello, LA. It's interesting now, when people keep joining and it's the same person, is that because their connection drops off and then they reconnect? I guess it is. Anyway, that's my zoom lens. And I can clip it. So let's clip it on. And so now the zoom lens is on. Haha, sorry. Yeah, I know. I think that's what it took me a while to figure out. In fact, I had to have that problem, and then I realized what it looked like. So yeah, look. So there's my zoom lens. I'm gonna flip it around real quick. Normally, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to pan slowly, but there really isn't much interesting. Oh, someone is a photographer. See that guy right there? He's got his tripod. Hello, N Marketing. Thank you very much. Yeah, that guy walking by the car, he is taking photos. So, and he's moving over because I'm in his way. Yeah, that does happen. So you can see this guy right here? Maybe they turned off the light on the scaffolding. Yeah, I think they have. I think they've turned the. You know what? I think they. Yeah, I should sleep as well. You should. Yeah, I think they gradually turn. If I were doing it, I would turn down. I wouldn't just go like flip a switch, because that would just look sort of weird. So, anyway, so here's the guy over here. He is coming to take a picture, and he's got his tripod. And now we're looking again down here. We'll see cars crossing. There's like, what, 4 main drags, I think, that cross the mall. The mall is like, what, is it a mile long? A mile and a third? Not sure. Okay, so you can see the guy right there. Well, actually, I'm not sure that you can. I'll put the zoom on. And there he is, right there. Okay, so we're back to watching the dome and the ducks. Well, I think technically the sun has risen. Let me look at my time. Okay, the sun rose 2 minutes ago. There are the ducks. Oh, the duck is coming up to visit us here. Hello, duck. See how close we can get to the duck. Squeaking. The duck is squeaking. Oh well. And anyway, my bike is called a kick bike. You can see that it has no pedals and no seat. And it's great for coasting down hills and then walking back up them. And on the flat, you kind of just give yourself a little kick and coast. Well, gosh, I think we're at must be at about 45 minutes. The handles look low. Actually, they're pretty high. Now, this is actually my wife's bike, and the reason, I actually look at this. You can't really tell, but this is a place I can put my phone. I put it there. I created this so I could actually periscope while I'm on my bike. But it's actually my wife's bike. It's low here. That's that's true. I have an adult scooter, and I know I have. My bike. We named our bikes. Mine is called Gladiator, and hers is called Sunny. So it's called Sunny because it's yellow. On my bike, I have an extender right here. It's probably up 6 inches, and that's the great thing about these kick bikes is that you can stand upright. And but she's shorter than me, so someone has an adult scooter. When you say an adult scooter, I'm guessing you don't mean a motorized one. Oh, I see people out running. I guess I can zoom in on them. They've got fluorescent shirts on, so they should pop a little bit. Right there, they're the people running. Need to adjust my. So now we are looking. Oh, interesting! I'm getting some interesting light. There are buildings on the other side of the Potomac, which is Roslyn, and I'm getting some really nice reflections. Put the zoom on. See if you can catch them. There, look at see the reflections. See the reflections? Those where it looks like there's almost like a building on fire. That's the sun. Wow, that's really cool. I wonder if they designed it that way. Anyway, the sun is being reflected in the glass windows of the skyscrapers on the other side of the Potomac River. So if you were down there to the right, you'd see the Key Bridge, which is Georgetown. So those buildings sort of look across at Roosevelt Island. That's really cool. Look at the reflection. Very neat. You're looking at the reflection of the sunrise in those in the buildings on the other side of the Potomac River, right across from Georgetown in Roslyn. Oh, got a guy walking his dog. Man walking dog in front of Washington Monument. and keeping the environment clean with his little bag. Good citizen, good citizen. So here's a guy that's shooting. We're going to get him to wave at us. Wave, hey. No, he didn't see me wave. Yeah. It would really irritate him if I went over there. Hello. Thanks, interesting. My first Periscope video. That's cool. Yeah, we'll have to, let me tell you what, I'll follow you. View profile. Look forward to, I just followed you. Shoot some interesting Periscopes. Where are you? So if you shoot some Periscopes, where will I see? Hello, just waving. He just waved back. So anyway, okay, we're back to looking at, oh, that's kind of pretty. Getting the, and I'll take my zoom lens off. By the way, people keep joining. That's my zoom lens. $10 on Amazon. Oh, the ducks are saying hello. Cardiff, UK, cool. Hey, duck. Hello. I have no food for you. I have no food for you. I'm so sorry. But will you pose? Will you pose? There we go. Cool. All right. Oh, now you can actually see the light reflected off the Roslyn skyscrapers. That's the sunrise reflecting off of the skyscrapers. And I didn't actually expect to see that particular feature. Moon is out. Here we've got folks jogging out here on the National Mall. Ducks, including that duck right there. Well, I think we're about, what, 5-10 minutes into the sunrise. We're not really seeing the same colors. And hello, Dr. Curves, how you doing? I'm actually just about to sign off. I've been on for about 50 minutes. When we started, it was not pitch dark, but almost pitch dark, and the scaffolding was lit up, and we watched the entire transition. Thank you so much. Watched the entire transition. I mean, the scaffolding was just bright, just popped, and of course now I still see lights, but of course against the bright sky. And we're here at the reflecting pool in front of the Capitol Dome, and I will do one more, panning. I'm panning north. So I think that one of those buildings, I think, is the Canadian Embassy. That's where a lot of times you'll see CNN and anchors and so forth will go up there during, like, the inauguration. Behind those trees, I believe, is the Newseum for news. And now we're going to see the National Mall. National Mall. I'm going to put on the zoom briefly here. And you can actually see the reflections in the buildings. It's interesting. You can see how the reflections are blocked. There's a little rectangle. That's a building that's in between us that's blocking the reflection of the sunrise off of the glass behind me. And that is the Smithsonian right there. And if we keep on going, I have another photographer out here, right here. This guy is shooting. He's waiting for, it's kind of like I'm waiting to see what he's waiting for. Like he's waiting to see the sun, I guess. And so now I'm looking south, and now we're back to the reflecting pool. And now we're looking at the, I guess I'll flip it around here. Yeah, hey, how you doing? So this is me, Chuck Webster, live in DC, and thank you very much. And got up at 5 a.m., had a cup of coffee, decided I live in a great city in terms of shooting periscopes, so I try to do monuments. I'll walk through, I guess, the World War II memorial or along the river. You know, I occasionally use Periscope for professional purposes because the people following me on Twitter are interested in health software. So if I'm giving a talk, but I really use it more for, and I watch it a lot. I just, you know, middle of the night watching some guy surf in Australia is just awesome. So we're gonna reverse it again. Hello. Hello. I'm trying to reverse it. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to reverse. So I guess I'm. Oh, there we go. Anyway, appreciate it. All of you who showed up. Molly, you're still there. Thank you so much. 8 hearts. I think I'm going to sign off now. I'll sign off pointing at the Capitol Dome. Maybe I'll shoot something else later today. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you so much.